Welcome to our exploration of the untold legacies of some of history's most notorious figures. From the steppes of Mongolia to the bustling streets of Chicago, we'll uncover the surprising and often contradictory ways these figures have shaped our world.
He swept across the continent like a whirlwind, leaving a trail of destruction and fear in his wake. Genghis Khan, the very name, evokes images of ruthless warriors and shattered empires.
His empire, stretching from the Pacific Ocean to Eastern Europe, became a conduit for cultural exchange, facilitating the movement of goods, ideas, and people on an unprecedented scale. The Silk Road, revitalized under Mongol rule, connected East and West in a vibrant tapestry of trade and diplomacy. Recent studies suggest that millions carry his DNA, a testament to the sheer reach and influence of the Mongol Empire.
But perhaps one of the most overlooked aspects of my legacy lies in my administrative innovations. I established a unified legal code, the Yasa, which promoted religious tolerance and social mobility. My meritocratic system of governance, where talent and loyalty were valued above birthright, was revolutionary for its time.
The horrors of the Holocaust, the systematic extermination of 6 million Jews, will forever remain an indelible stain on human history. My ideology of hate and racial purity plunged the world into darkness, leaving scars that still linger today.
But even amidst the ashes of war, some unexpected legacies emerged from the Nazi regime. The Second World War, fueled by Hitler's insatiable ambition, became a crucible for technological advancement. The development of penicillin, radar technology, and the jet engine, all accelerated by wartime necessity, had far-reaching consequences beyond the battlefield.
The horrors of the Holocaust also served as a catalyst for the creation of the State of Israel. The world, horrified by the atrocities committed against the Jewish people, rallied to support the establishment of a Jewish homeland in 1948.
Furthermore, the atrocities committed during the Holocaust served as a stark reminder of the fragility of human rights.
Chicago in the roaring 20s, a city awash in jazz, flapper dresses, and the illicit thrill of bootlegged liquor. At the heart of this underworld empire stood me, Al Capone, the notorious gangster who ruled the city with an iron fist.
But Capone's legacy, much like the era he inhabited, is a study in contradictions. The social experiment of prohibition, intended to curb alcohol consumption, had the unintended consequence of fueling the rise of organized crime. Capone, a shrewd businessman, capitalized on this gap in the market, building a vast criminal network that trafficked in illegal liquor, gambling, and prostitution.
Ironically, I, the embodiment of lawlessness, inadvertently contributed to a public health initiative. During the Great Depression, my soup kitchens provided a lifeline to thousands of Chicagoans struggling to survive.
Capone's eventual downfall came not from his violent crimes, but from tax evasion. His conviction in 1931 highlighted a crucial legal tactic in combating organized crime, targeting the financial underpinnings of their empires. Chapter 4. Joseph Stalin, the Iron Fist Forging a Superpower.
Joseph Stalin. The name evokes images of gulags, forced collectivization, and the relentless drive to reshape society. His era was marked by the brutal suppression of dissent, where any opposition was swiftly and mercilessly crushed.
His reign of terror over the Soviet Union left millions dead, with countless others scarred by fear and oppression. The pervasive atmosphere of fear was maintained through show trials, purges, and the omnipresent secret police.
Under my iron-fisted rule, the Soviet Union underwent a period of rapid industrialization, transforming from a largely agrarian society into a major industrial power. The transformation was not just in industry, but also in the very fabric of Soviet society, reshaping cities and the lives of millions.
The five-year plans, brutal in their implementation, nevertheless propelled the Soviet Union forward, laying the groundwork for its emergence as a global superpower. These plans were ambitious and often ruthless, but they achieved remarkable industrial growth and technological advancements.
Education and science also flourished under my regime, albeit within the confines of strict ideological control, ensuring loyalty to the state.
The Soviet Union witnessed remarkable advancements in fields such as aerospace engineering, physics, and mathematics, leading to historic achievements like the launch of Sputnik.
On the global stage, my role in shaping the post-war geopolitical landscape cannot be overstated. influencing the direction of international politics for decades.
The Soviet Union's victory over Nazi Germany, achieved at a staggering human cost, cemented its position as a dominant force in Eastern Europe and a key player in the emerging Cold War. This victory not only reshaped the map of Europe, but also set the stage for the intense ideological and political rivalry that defined the Cold War era. Chapter 5. Vlad the Impaler, the legend forged in blood.
Vlad the Impaler. The name alone conjures images of gruesome executions and a reign of terror that has captivated the imagination for centuries.
But the historical figure of Vlad III, the 15th century ruler of Wallachia, is far more complex than the bloodthirsty tyrant of legend. In his homeland of Romania, Vlad is revered as a national hero, a fierce defender of his people against Ottoman expansionism.
His brutal tactics, while shocking to modern sensibilities, were not uncommon for the time and were seen as a necessary evil in the face of overwhelming odds.
Vlad's reputation for cruelty, cemented in the collective memory by woodcut prints and pamphlets circulating throughout Europe, has had an enduring impact on literature and popular culture. Bram Stoker's Dracula, though not directly based on Vlad, drew heavily on the imagery and mythology surrounding the Impaler, cementing his place in the pantheon of literary villains. Chapter 6. Pablo Escobar, the Narco Legacy. Pablo Escobar. The very name evokes images of unimaginable wealth, ruthless violence, and the seemingly limitless power of the Colombian drug cartels. His story is one of both infamy and intrigue, a tale that has captivated the world for decades. While responsible for countless deaths and the corruption of institutions, Escobar's impact on Colombian society extends far beyond the drug trade. His influence permeated every level of society, from the highest echelons of government to the poorest neighborhoods. In the impoverished Medellin neighborhoods where he rose to power, Escobar was seen as a Robin Hood figure, a benefactor who built homes, funded schools, and provided employment opportunities. For many, he was a hero who gave them hope and a chance at a better life. His largesse, funded by the illicit drug trade, earned him the loyalty of many, blurring the lines between criminal and community leader. This duality made him a complex figure, both feared and revered. This paradoxical image, carefully cultivated through acts of charity and public works projects, allowed him to operate with a degree of impunity, his wealth and influence shielding him from the reach of the law. His ability to manipulate public perception was a key element of his power. The rise of narco-tourism, a macabre fascination with the world of drug cartels, can be traced back to Escobar's reign. Visitors from around the globe come to Medellin to see the places where Escobar lived and operated, drawn by the dark allure of his legacy. His opulent estate, Hacienda Napoles, with its zoo, swimming pools, and private airstrip, became a symbol of his excess and a morbid tourist attraction. The estate stands as a testament to his wealth and the extravagant lifestyle he led. This fascination with the darker side of Escobar's legacy continues to this day, fueling documentaries, television shows, and tours that explore the remnants of his empire. The story of Pablo Escobar remains a compelling narrative, a cautionary tale of power, corruption, and the human cost of the drug trade. Chapter 7. Attila the Hun, the scourge of God's enduring impact. He emerged from the steppes, a harbinger of chaos, his name whispered in fearful tones across a terrified Europe. Attila's presence was like a dark cloud looming over the continent, bringing with it an era of unprecedented turmoil and upheaval. Attila the Hun, the scourge of God, his reign of terror left a trail of shattered empires and smoldering cities in its wake. His campaigns were marked by ruthless efficiency and a relentless drive to expand his dominion. Yet, like many figures history casts in shadow, Attila's legacy is more nuanced than simple destruction. His impact on the world was multifaceted, influencing not just the battlefield but also the cultural and social fabric of the regions he conquered. His reign, while undeniably brutal, also fostered a unique period of cultural fusion, leaving an indelible mark on the course of Western civilization. The interactions between diverse groups under his rule led to a blending of traditions and customs. Attila's vast Hunnic Empire, stretching from the Caspian Sea to modern-day France, became a melting pot of cultures. This vast expanse under his control facilitated the movement and exchange of people, goods, and ideas. Germanic tribes, subjugated Alans, and remnants of the crumbling Roman Empire found themselves coexisting, if uneasily, under Hunnic rule. This coexistence, though fraught with tension, also paved the way for new alliances and cultural exchanges. This forced proximity, while undoubtedly harsh, led to an unprecedented exchange of traditions, languages, and ideas, shaping the cultural landscape of Europe. Markets buzzed with the sounds of different tongues, and new art forms began to emerge. The Hunnic invasion, though feared as the apocalypse by contemporaries, ultimately hastened the fall of the already weakening Western Roman Empire. This seismic shift in power dynamics set the stage for the medieval period, forever altering the course of history. Chapter 8: Echoes in the Corridors of Time. The legacies of these notorious figures are complex and multifaceted. From Genghis Khan's vast empire to the streets of Capone's Chicago, we've seen how even the most infamous individuals leave an indelible mark on the course of human events.